When I walked into the house that evening, my dad was standing in the middle of the kitchen like he'd just been elected mayor. He didn't even look up from the small rectangle of paper in his hand. "You're just in time," he said. The tone was strange, bright, almost theatrical. On the table was his phone, open to a news article about a lottery winner in our state. A photo of someone holding an oversized check filled the screen. My dad waved the ticket in the air like it was proof of gravity. "Guess what happened today?" I took my bag off my shoulders slowly. "You won." "Damn right I did." He laughed loud, confident. The kind of laugh I hadn't heard from him in years. The kind that comes from believing a problem has finally ended. For the past 3 years, I'd been helping with the bills, quietly, not because he asked. My dad would never ask, but the mortgage had slipped twice, the power once, and after that I just started sending money every month. I called it help with groceries, so he could pretend it was temporary. He always accepted it with the same tight expression, like swallowing medicine. But tonight, the medicine had apparently been cured. He slapped the ticket down on the table. "See this?" I leaned over slightly, but didn't pick it up yet. "I don't need your help anymore," he said. The words weren't angry. They were triumphant, like someone announcing they'd finally paid off a debt. "That's good," I said. He pointed at the phone. "Jackpot was announced this morning. Numbers match." Then his voice changed. "You know what else that means?" I didn't answer. "It means I'm done with this whole situation." He gestured vaguely toward me, toward the house, toward the quiet arrangement that had existed between us. "I don't need your dirty money in my house anymore." Dirty? The word hung in the air longer than he probably intended. My job wasn't illegal, it just paid well, and he had never liked the industry. Corporate consulting, long hours, constant travel. To him, it meant I had sold out, but the money had still kept the lights on. Until now, apparently. He picked the ticket up again, shaking it slightly. "I'm serious," he said. "You can move out. I've got everything covered now." There was a moment where I expected him to soften the statement. He didn't. "You're a grown man anyway," he added. I nodded slowly. "Okay." That seemed to surprise him a little. Maybe he expected an argument. Instead, I set my bag down by the door and walked over to the table. "Can I see it?" He handed me the ticket with the confidence of someone showing off a trophy. The paper felt ordinary, then a little bent in the corner. I looked at the numbers. Then I looked again. Something felt off, but not in the way you expect. Not disbelief, more like recognition. I checked the date printed near the barcode. Then I glanced at the phone on the table and scrolled the news article. For a few seconds, I just stood there quietly. My dad crossed his arms. "Well?" I tried to hold it in. I really did. But the laugh came out anyway. Not loud, just sudden, like air escaping a tire. My dad's expression hardened immediately. "What's so funny?" I rubbed my forehead, still half laughing. He stepped closer. "You think this is a joke?" I turned the ticket around and tapped the corner. "This drawing," I said carefully, "is from last week." He frowned. "What?" "The jackpot announced this morning is for tonight's drawing." He grabbed the phone and stared at the screen, then at the ticket, then back at the screen. "That's not right." I slid the phone closer to him. "Look at the date." He squinted. For a long time, he didn't say anything. Then he opened the lottery website, typed in the numbers, checked again. His shoulders dropped slightly. Not dramatically, just enough to notice. "You're reading it wrong," he muttered. But he was already checking the numbers a third time. I leaned against the counter quietly. The kitchen felt different now. The same refrigerator hummed, the same ticking clock above the stove. But the room had lost its earlier brightness. Eventually, he put the ticket down. The confidence was gone, not replaced by anger, just silence. "You sure?" he said finally. "I'm sure." He stared at the ticket like it might change if he waited long enough. After a while, he grabbed his jacket. "I'm going to the store," he said. The corner shop down the street sold lottery tickets and had a scanner. An hour later, he came back. He didn't say anything when he walked in, just set the ticket on the table again. The confirmation from the store clerk had made it official. Not a winner. Not even close. We stood in the kitchen for a while, neither of us mentioning what had been said earlier. Finally, he cleared his throat. "Well?" he said. I picked up my bag by the door. "You don't have to leave," he added quickly. I paused. For a long moment, I looked around the house, the hallway, the worn couch, the place where envelopes with my bank transfers had quietly sat on the table every month. "I think I probably should," I said. He nodded slowly, not arguing, just watching. As I stepped outside, the night air felt calm. Behind me, through the window, I could see him still standing at the kitchen table.